Here's a mess up. Let's turn off my camera. Hello.
So, Mandy, right?
Yes.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hello.
So, and then we were going to talk a little bit about your class for next semester today, all right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I saw that you had emailed Dr. Mucci.
Yes.
That is basically what I would recommend in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just being her class, I would say it's up to her if she's able to make it work with the remote option.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that was absolutely the best course of action there.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other questions that you had for me on the situation?
It's yeah, it's really because of the timing of that class. Yeah, it's really because of the timing. I won't really be able to attend and then like go back home during that time because I don't live on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other thing that I was going to ask if you had considered there is a living learning community for the College of Education.
Mm-hmm.
I know with those you take like an extra 1 credit hour course each semester, but there's a pretty at least 50% discount, possibly more depending on the program. But I can definitely give you the contact info for the person who leads the teaching living learning community if you'd like to see if that might be a good option for you. I
Oh.
don't know if we'd be able to get it for next semester at this point, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe like next academic year, just because pretty much all of the courses that you have left are generally offered as on-campus
Yeah, yeah,
sections.
yeah.
Yeah, so that might be something good to look into, to get going for the other classes. There's also other classes in block two. Is it specifically because that one is starting at like 7:05 and going to 9:45? Like maybe we could find something that's more like a 4:15 to 6:55.
It's um I was gonna take those other classes, but I think why I chose end up just having that one the whip one was because maybe like during the springtime there's more light.
Yeah.
It won't be that dark and stuff, so that's why I chose that one to be like a better one, and then just take those other two maybe in the fall.
Well, it is possible that this section will be offered at like a 4:15 to 6:55 time slot on another semester, just depending on like teacher availability.
It's been mushy for the last few times I saw, and it's been at that time.
Yeah.
For
So
the
yeah, if we want to just go ahead and get it out of the way this semester, um, I think that's a good plan, and I think that your logic that you're saying makes sense there.
hmm
Um, I would just say maybe while we're waiting for Dr. Mushi to get back to you on that, the only other thing I would think that we could do is possibly register for another class just to have as a backup, and you can always drop it once you hear back from her.
yeah, I kind of did that, but like so-called my financial aid was I don't think it will cover for the if I take two classes at the same time for this coming semester.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's better to just be registered for one for the financial aid.
Yeah, because it will not be enough since it somehow during this fall it shrunk a lot for both package for the coming
Gotcha.
spring. It shrunk a very too much.
Yeah.
It shrunk so much.
Yeah. So we would definitely need to drop one of the classes by the time that the financial aid would need to pay for it. I
Yeah.
was just thinking maybe, um, if you're not sure between two classes, sometimes the best thing is to just register for both of them. And then
Mm-hmm.
once you figure out which one you want to do, drop the other one just so you can save your spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that where we're at now is a pretty good plan. It's only been like what, this is the third business day since you sent that email to Dr. Mushi. So, um, I would expect that probably all the professors are catching up on a lot of things that they need to do with the grades being turned in recently,
Mm-hmm.
this past week. So I would say it's not unusual for it to be a couple days before you hear back from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I would say once we're into like the first week of January, if we haven't heard back,
Mm-hmm.
then see what else I can do to get in contact with Dr. Murshi and find out about that. Um, but I do think ultimately it's just kind of going to be up to whatever flexibility that she's able to offer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main problem because this class is the only like very late one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other ones are like the 4:15 to 6:55. That time is okay for me at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how this one goes. If for whatever reason she's not able to offer um, like a hybrid option of, maybe there's some classes that you would really need to be there in person for, but
Mm-hmm.
most of them you could attend virtually. Um, if she's not able to do that, then we'll look at possibly getting you into another section of a different block two class and figure out what we're going to do about the 313 time slot in a different semester.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that timing is kind of hard for me because I live in the south side and you guys are in the north. It
Mm-hmm.
takes like a whole hour to get home. So like if I were to take it, I'll get home close to maybe 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough schedule. I know for
Yeah.
me it's very hard to concentrate when it gets to be that late at night. So I would be struggling in a class in that time slot too.
Yeah.
I feel you.
That's the other struggle with that class, it being this late. And then the other ones are like the 4:15 to 6:55. I was able to attend this fall for the 316 because it was at that time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think let's stick with the plan that we have right now, just exactly what you've done. Just
Mm-hmm.
wait to hear back from Dr. Nushi. And then if we're not able to figure out a distance option for you for that class by, let's say, like that first week in January,
Mm-hmm.
then let's look at registering for a different section and we'll maybe look into like the living learning community or something for next year that will make it easier to be able to get that class taken care of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Definitely. So what I can do is just send you the info about living learning community for you to check that out.
Okay.
Anything else from me that might be helpful that you can think of?
Mm, yeah, it's just about that class at the moment because of the timing. Since
Yeah.
there's no remote option for the class now because we're all back in person, no
Yeah.
more like remote.
Yeah. There are some things that are more challenging about that, but some things that are better for sure.
Yeah.
I feel you. Awesome. So I'm going to send you the living learning community just to check that out as possibly an option for
Mm-hmm.
like next year. And we will check back first week of January. If you haven't heard back from Dr. Mushi, we'll go with the plan B.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, if there's any other questions or anything else I could help with today.
Mm, I think since I'm not really done with the block two, it'll be just finish just block two classes, and then we'd be like, I will need to apply for the clinical set part, right?
Yeah, let me.
Hmm.
So right now, I have it planned out for you just doing one course each semester.
Mhm.
So spring 25, you'll be starting block three. So this semester is when you will be applying for the first clinical experience.
The coming spring.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because then you would be because you take classes in the summer too, right? You're planning to take one course over the summer.
If I am able to, yes.
Gotcha. So we'll keep that in the plan. So assuming that you're able to take a summer course, this spring you'll apply for the first clinical experience, and then
Mm-hmm.
spring of 25, you would be starting block three. Um, with the block three and block four, we got some time before we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones do have classes that are meant to be taken together.
Mm-hmm.
So you can split them up into two and two.
Mm-hmm.
But we might want to kind of plan. some time about a year out to see if we can figure out a financial aid situation to be able to cover two classes at a time.
Yeah,
Um,
because the this past I think this past this fall it was able to cover the two classes because the amount was enough for to cover. And one was online, one was so-called the other one that was on Wednesday was so-called considered a hybrid.
gotcha.
Yeah. It was a hybrid for the 316.
Yeah. And just in terms of scholarships, I'm curious, have you ever worked in like a childcare setting or anywhere where you work with children under 5?
I'm so-called I recently I applied for the Gateway Scholarship. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't heard back from them about like what other information they need from me to with that application. But I
Gotcha.
also applied for the
Childcare.
Great Start, the little application for renewal. I did that. Um, they said I am missing some classes for it. So that one to get the credential for level 3 and 2, I need some classes at Northeastern. So that's what the Great Start is for that.
Gotcha, gotcha. I'll send you some information too. There's another scholarship if you have that work experience
Mm-hmm.
that I know is able to cover a lot of costs and also includes the money that they provide for things like transportation or maybe possibly housing.
Mm-hmm.
They do have other funds usually that they'll provide to people. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to send you that as well, just so you can
Okay.
look
Yes.
into. That might be something good if you wanted to try the living learning community. That
Mm-hmm.
might be
Okay.
able to cover some of the cost of that as well.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Awesome. Well, I'll send you both of those, and then we'll just kind of wait and see how this situation unfolds and check back a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was so nice talking with you today. I hope you have really good holidays, a good break off from school.
Yeah. You too.
Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye bye. Thank you. Hmm.